We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Tonight, we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. Major League Baseball on the Show starts now. Anthony DeSclafani will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, not a very good start in his last one, Matt. Only 4 innings, so he did get a no decision. But he's a much better pitcher than that, and I know that they're expecting more than 4 innings. Hopefully a win, too, out of this guy in this one.
Here's Chris Bryant now, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
The third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Here's the first pitch to him. Underway in the second of 4 here this weekend as the game's first pitch is taken for ball 1. And guys, as we take a look at the Reds entering play here tonight, despite the loss last time out, they enter this one in good shape, winners in 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, Matty, I know they lost their last game, but you know as well as I do, in this sport you have to have short-term memory. You have to let it go. They can get it going back in the right direction today.
The 2-0 on the way. Popped him up. And he'll put this one away for the first out of the inning. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Well, Matty, the guy I'm here to see is big Chris Bryant. He's on a nice stretch. That's 3 home runs in his last 10 games. He's swinging the bat really well right now. And by watching his mannerisms in the box, he just looks comfortable in the plate. He's in some kind of a groove.
And as the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate, Rusty Valentine.
Hey, you know, D-Row, Rusty Valentine, he's known for having a high and a low strike zone, but he's pretty good east and west. You better keep it on the corners.
Yeah, I'm okay with Rusty's zone, without question. You know he's going to elevate. It's north-south, so you're aware of it. As a veteran player, you can live with that.
On to first, and there are 2 down.
Batting third, the shortstop, Javier Baez.
So stepping in, Javier Baez. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Pitch on the way. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway. Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
If he doesn't shorten his swing up right there, there's no chance he keeps his bat back.
Cubs shortstop with a 3-1 count.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact that your batting average goes up as you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a great spot to be in if you're the pitcher. Wow, you know he's not happy with that call. When it crossed the plate, it sure looked like a strike to me. Seemed to catch a ton of the plate. That's a tough way to give up a walk, but he's got to put it behind him now.
Now in the box, Wilson Contreras. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Cubs are down quietly. It's the Cubs 0 with the Reds coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the Show. Kyle Hendricks is on the mound for the Cubs in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
Standing in, Jesse Winker. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The center fielder, Jesse Winker.
And now pitch on the way. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they're on a great run of late as they come in winners of 7 of their last 9 games.
Yeah, Matty, they started yesterday off on the right foot. If they can put together 2 games in a row, a lot of positive vibes start happening. You never know. This could be a jump start to big things.
And that'll split the gap as it should be extra bases. And the Reds get a man into scoring position on the leadoff double.
Let's take another look at just a textbook swing right there. Good weight transfer, good hands to the ball, solid contact, and great extension through the ball.
Yeah, that's about as pretty as a swing gets. Nice look at it there from our camera guys as well. So now to the plate, Josh Van Meter. He'll swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play. Winker leads off second with nobody out. Hit on the ground out to short. Baez has it. Throw on to first in time, 1 away. For the moment here in Cincy, let's take a glance at the Reds starting lineup in this one. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Well, a lot of this offense runs through the Moose, Mike Moustakas. He's averaging over an RBI game over his last 10, and I'll tell you what, that's being a total difference maker. It seems like every time he has a runner on base, he's relaxed. He understands what he's trying to do, and he's driving most of them in. Very dangerous right now.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
And he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
Batting fourth, the third baseman.
So now the Reds cleanup hitter, Eugenio Suarez. His matchup numbers with Hendricks. He has 7 hits in 39 at-bats. He also has 1 home run. This year against right-handed pitching, Suarez carries a batting line a little over the 260 mark. That evens it up 1-1. So far on the year, Suarez is carrying around a sparkling slugging percentage up over 500. Obviously a huge threat every time he grabs a bat. 2 outs here with a runner at third. And this is foul tipped as he stays alive here, but meanwhile that ball came right back at our home plate umpire, and he may need some attention at this moment. And he popped him up. Back into foul territory behind first, but this will land untouched. And he fouls this one off. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Cincinnati, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Second inning coming up, and Heidi Watney has an update for us on the weather forecast.
Well, Matt, these conditions aren't really ideal for baseball right now, but I am hearing that they're expected to improve as the game progresses. The grounds crew told me between innings that the field's in good shape. They're going to continue to work on keeping it dry, but we should be in for more favorable weather later in the game.
Heidi, thanks. And Dero, I'll send this one to you. As an infielder, these are games that can really challenge a player.
At times, you have to stay focused, though. For me, a little dampness, a little rain, a little weather coming through might actually do the infield dirt a little good. Some guys like to keep it bone dry. I like it a little wet. Ball stays down.
Contreras in front, 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
Two and 1 after the foul ball there. Three balls and a strike to the Chicago leadoff hitter.
He walked a guy back in the first, and now he's looking like he might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
Out in front there as this one's pulled off to the left side. The 3-2 pitch.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving one up where he can really hurt you.
So that'll bring up Jason Hayward. First shot for him here. 2 hits in 5 trips a night ago. And a reach to his backhand side at second, but this finds a way by. And they keep rolling here. Their runners at the corners with still nobody out.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Into the box, David Bodie. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's got that average pushing up near 360 now. A dozen home runs and 30 RBIs. Here's a fastball low, and he's behind 2-0. Bodie, playing here in his age 26 season. He was taken in the 18th round during the first-year player draft of 2012.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
The center fielder, number 8.
Time for a look at the Cincinnati Reds on D. And fellas, one thing I want you to focus on is the fact that this team flat plays D. They lead the National League with the fewest errors. Can't tell you what that means to a pitching staff. You will see this team bear down on the defensive side of the ball and make some great plays in this one.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. The second for 1, on to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Coming to the plate now, Mike Moustakas. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. 1-0 the count. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. Fouled off. A 1-1 home. Here's a pop-up now. And this is taken in for out number 1.
So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. And let's take a look at Javi Baez. I don't know, second base, shortstop, third, maybe a little outfield. Doesn't matter. This guy has platinum hands. Platinum, not gold. One of the best defenders in our sport and probably the quickest tag man in our game.
Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. Bottom of the second here with no score. And it's fouled away. The next 0-2. High in the air out to center field. Happ is back, and he'll get there to make the play for out number 2. Into the box now, Tucker Barnhart will swing it from the left side right here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. The windup and the 0-1.
Hey, I love the aggressive nature this guy's pitching with. He's got focus. He's commanding the fastball. Really being aggressive right now. A lot different than his last start where he took
Line to shortstop. He's there to make the play, and that ends the inning. Reds are down in order. We'll move to the third with no score. And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate. It was a 2-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game.
Anthony Rizzo.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Oh, that's off the plate.
The 1-0.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. And he'll step on first himself for the out. And with one away, let's give you a look at the standings in the NL Central entering play as you see where these two teams sit in relation to one another. So the bases are empty with one man gone. And the pitcher Kyle Hendricks will be the next to bat. And this one runs up high, ball 1. And facing right-handed pitching so far this season, Hendricks is below the Mendoza line. Batting average under 200, unfortunately.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
The 3-1 pitch. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. 3rd inning, no score to this point. And he misses here, ball 4. And somehow he manages to walk his opposite number. Wow.
Well, he's really laboring in the early going here. That's his 3rd walk of the game already. We'll see if he can get it together or if this is just one of those days where he's going to have to grind his way through this start.
Now at the plate, Chris Bryant. He popped out in his first trip. And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball, 1-0. That misses, 2-0.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Bryant looking at a 3-1 count.
This is where you cash your checks right here. 3-1. You're one of the best hitters in the game. You live for situations like this.
It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. But it bends just foul into the second deck. Now the 3-2 pitch. And he misses again here. It's ball 4. And that's back-to-back walks here with 1 away.
And this is the kind of thing that's been happening to him all season long. He'll cruise for a while, hitting his spots, and all of a sudden the wheels come off and he struggles. We'll see if he can recover here.
He's set and the pitch. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. Galvis relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. A couple of walks, but no damage. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this.
Welcome back as the Reds look to get the offense going in the 3rd, and this is a lineup that has had its struggles this season. One coach told me before the game, there are certainly plenty of areas for us to improve offensively, but first and foremost, we need to start by putting the ball in play more often. There's too much swing and miss in our game. And the stats do back that up, as they currently rank near the bottom of the league in strikeouts. So that appears to be an area of emphasis going forward, guys.
All right, Heidi, thank you. 1 ball, no strikes the count. And that's right there, and we're even at 1.
Don't expect too many more high fastballs in this one. He is known for his sinker, keeping the ball on the ground.
Smoke toward 3rd, right to Bryant. And that's the first out. So 1 away here with the bases empty. And so the pitcher will bat next. That brings up Anthony DeSclafani. Rolled slowly down the first baseline. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Back to the top of the order now. And next to bat will be Jesse Winker. Here comes the first pitch. Too low with the curveball. 1 ball, no strikes.
1, no strikes.
Grounded to 3rd. Bryant is up with it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. We'll head to the fourth, still scoreless. All set for the start of the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Javier Baez. He drew a walk his first time up.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
I think this continues.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone. A solo home run there for Javi Baez. Number 14 on the season, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Hey, listen, there's an old adage in baseball that solo home runs won't kill you. This is one of the top hitters in that lineup. So a home run, a solo home run right here is not the end of the world.
Up next to the Cubs.
He'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball one. He drew a base on balls his first time up. To short. Galvis has it. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Good time now to check out the Reds' Road to the Show report, as you see a couple of guys in the upper levels of the minors that have been making waves as of late. Here's the first pitch to him. Jason Hayward is at the plate as he looks at ball one. Now the 1-0 is taken, strike one.
Wow, I can't believe the hitter took that one. The pitcher absolutely got away with a hanger.
And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. So it's a ground ball single to left for him here, his second hit tonight. And as we take a look there at the team leaderboard, you can see he ranks third best on this Chicago ball club. Standing in now, David Bodie, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Comes set, now the pitch. Is swung on and driven out to right center field, a ball that's well hit. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. Hayward ignores his coach. He's chugging for home. He scores as they extend their lead to 2.
The center fielder, number 8.
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. In now, Ian Happ. Now this is up and in, and I don't think he likes that location much. It's ball one.
Well, this is starting to feel like a make or break moment in this game. When you're playing a first place team, you can't expect to fall way behind early in a game and then mount a comeback.
And that'll get down out there for extra bases. As he arrives at second without a play, as also on the play, a run comes across to score.
Number 44.
So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
Nope.
And that misses for ball one. And a fastball runs a bit inside. He's down 2-0.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
This pitch is popped up. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the second out. So we saw the fastball there as he got the pop out, and that'll segue right into our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And whoa, look at that for a top speed. 98 miles an hour. That man is flat dealing. From the stretch. And he popped him up. But this will land untouched. Set to deliver the 0-1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball one. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike two.
Hey, this is a big pitch right here. Can't allow them to tack on any more runs. Let's see if he attacks his zone or buries something in the dirt.
Down the third baseline. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. It's the Cubs 3 and the Reds nothing. Ready now for Cincinnati. Josh Van Meter. He'll start things out against Kyle Hendricks as we get the inning underway. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's up near the top, currently tied for second in that category in the National League. Nick Castellanos now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. In there, and it's 0-1. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far. And this is knocked down on the mound. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Well, it's been a while since they had a base runner, more than 3 innings to be precise, but they've got one now. We'll see if they can get a little something going here.
Stepping in now, Eugenio Suarez. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. Skied into straightaway right. Hayward has a read on it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So 2 are gone now for the Reds in their half of the 4th. And up next, the former World Series hero, Mike Moustakas. Starts him out with a changeup for a strike. 2 out with the man at first. Strike swinging, timing a little off on that one.
I know this guy has a lot of weapons on the mound, but what makes him so successful is that he's aggressive in the zone, getting ahead, forcing action.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We played 4 full. Cubs lead it 3-0. Digging in next will be Chris Bryant. And Dan, I'm sure the starter on the mound would like to hit the rewind button on that last inning.
Oh, no doubt about that, Mac. That was a really rocky frame, but clearly not enough to chase him from this game. We'll see if he's still shaking a bit or if he's able to put this behind him.
0-1 the count. The pitch.
Nope, at the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hit sharply on the ground. Scooped up. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Jason.
One away
Kipnis.
now, and here's the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. In there, no balls and a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. One out, nobody on. And this one runs a little too far in. Ball 2. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. And right into the shift, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2.
He's going to be thinking about that pitch all night if he doesn't have a big game right here. Pulled his front shoulder and everything went with it.
But this is going to be hauled in out there at second base for out number 2.
Shortstop, Javier Baez.
Here's Javier Baez. It was a solo shot for him in his last at-bat.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. But they're on top by a count of 3-0. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to talk about the state of the Reds offense with their manager between innings. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. And a foul pop behind the plate. Contreras is there. 1 out. So still nothing against him on the scoreboard here in the 5th as we check out the league leaderboard for team ERA. And we find that these guys currently sit in the number 3 position in the circuit in that category. So the base is empty here with 1 away. And next to bat will be Tucker Barnhart. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Kipnis has it. Throw on to first takes care of him. 2 very quick outs to start the home 5th.
The batter, number 3, shortstop.
2 gone in the Cincinnati 5th. And up next, the former Philly shortstop Freddie Galvis. Swing and a line drive. Leaps and makes a terrific catch. And with that, the side is retired. Get up there, big fella, and take away a hit at third. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. Jose De Leon takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 87, Jose.
Top half of the 6th about to get started. Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Wilson Contreras. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time. The 2-0. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. Yanked on the ground down the line. And this gets past him at third as it hugs the line. A fair ball. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double.
Now batting, right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Here's Jason Hayward now. On a rope to the second baseman. But the runner is back to avoid the double play.
Now batting, the left fielder.
The next Cub up, David Bodie.
He's coming off a month in which he earned National League Player of the Month recognition.
First pitch of the at-bat. Swinging a liner toward the gap in left center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. This will kick up against the wall now. He's in at second safely as a run will score on the play as well.
The center fielder.
Now this is the way you want to start off a series. We haven't even hit the weekend yet, and he's on the board again, this time with a double. This is going to be a good 4-game set for him if he can keep this up.
Into the box now, Ian Happ, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. A 2-ball, no-strike count to the Cubs center fielder.
Clearly staying away from him in this at-bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
High and deep to center field. Racing back the center fielder. Still ranging back. And this one is gone. A home run. 2-run shot to straightaway center. Home run number 15 for him thus far. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number 1, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
Robert Stevenson gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Anthony Rizzo stands in now.
Number 44.
As a good changeup will get him to commit too early, and it's strike 1. Stevenson, a 27-year-old. He was selected in the first round back in 2011.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on the superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has. Nice pick.
3 runs already home here. Here's a high pop-up. Suarez shading to his right, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Now batting, the pitcher, Kyle.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Kyle Hendricks. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Fouled away. A swing and a shot hit down the corner, and it's a foul ball. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning, 2 on this 2-run home run. On to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Cubs 6 and the Reds nothing. Joey Votto is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. And this is swung on and missed as they jump ahead of Votto here, 0-2.
This is one of the things that makes him so effective as a pitcher, able to pound the zone with all different options.
A swing and a ground ball to third. And an offline throw, but he just does get back to the bag for the putout.
The center fielder, number 33. Jesse.
At the plate, Jesse Winker, 1 for 2, including a double back in the first. Now here's the pitch. Sinker's in there, no balls and a strike. One and 1 to the Reds leadoff man. Fastball called strike, 1-2. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
And there's out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman.
So striding in, Josh Van Meter. He's hitless in the game, as is much of the rest of his team. And a sinker misses here. No, a called strike. I take that back.
Hey, this guy's got to be pretty proud of what he's done so far. It's never easy to pitch on the road, but to have this kind of outing in a ballpark that is notoriously known as being hitter friendly, it's been a treat to watch.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he fouls this one off. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. The next 0-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Reds are down in order. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Welcome back. Here's Heidi Watney with the report as we get set for the top of the 7th. Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said it's one of those games where everything has come together for his hitters. From their approach to their swings, the results. It's all working. One key indicator of that, 6 extra base hits to this point in the game.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Wade Miley enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0.
Whoa, that's down.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
Now the 2-0 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. Three balls and a strike to the Chicago leadoff hitter. Waiting his turn on deck next is Jason Kipnis. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Hey, there was great arm action on that 3-1 changeup right here. He's got this guy thinking. That's the beauty right now. We go to a full count. Do you sit changeup or do you stay with the heater?
And a good take there as they'll have a leadoff man aboard to start the 7th. It's ball 4.
Jason Kipnis.
Stepping in, Jason Kipnis. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. Miley, a left-hander who goes an even 6 feet. This is his 10th season at the major league level, so almost a decade, which is quite an accomplishment. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. And now a right-hander's begun to loosen up in the Cincinnati bullpen. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Sometimes you got to be aggressive offensively, but sometimes you just let the pitcher dig his own grave. Patience and discipline seem to be the way to go right here.
Fouled off. Liner toward right center. And he will make the catch while ranging backward as he just put the glove up and hauled it in for the first out.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
Striding in, Javier Baez. And if you remember, I'm sure he does, he hit a round tripper back in the 4th. He's set. Here it comes.
Bring batter. Come on, Red. Nope. Come on, that was a strike.
Runners on first with 1 down. Here's strike two as it catches the outside corner.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
Now a half swing, but it's strike three anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number two. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He's 1 for 2 in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Grounded down the third baseline. A runner on first with 2 away. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2. From the stretch. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
Yeah, I can hear the crowd murmuring now, wondering if he hit him on purpose. But hey, us pitchers need to be able to throw inside, especially when facing hitters as dangerous as he is. Pretty sure this one just got away from him, and hey, that's part of the game.
Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. So far this year against Southpaws, Hayward brings a batting average just a little over the 250 mark. And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. The 1-1. Waves and misses for strike number 2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Cubs strand a couple. They lead it 6-0. Last half of the 7th here. Nick Castellanos at the plate now. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
There's another pitch for a strike, and this guy's really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on. And if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
There's Baez. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
The third baseman, number 7, Eugenio Suarez.
Digging in once again, Eugenio Suarez. 0 for 2 for him to this point. First delivery to him on the way. Line towards center field. Happ is back, and he'll get there to make the play for out number 2.
Boy, sometimes they say you hit it hard, good things will happen. Well, that's not the case right there. That was a bullet that just stayed up and is caught in the outfield.
I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. 2 out, nobody on. A bouncer to the left side. Baez fields it cleanly. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. They still find themselves down 6-0. Marcel Iglesias comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. New inning set to get underway. Digging in now, David Bodie, hoping to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get maybe once in AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time.
2-0 now. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. And the pitch. Now a fastball inside, and he works it back to a full count now. Ian Happ waits on deck. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
The center fielder, number 8,
Digging in the switch hitter, Ian Happ. He's 2 for 3 with a home run and a double.
Yeah, that last at bat, Daddy, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile. But, hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
1-0 the count. Good take there to lay off the high fastball. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Long run for the center fielder. He's there and records the first out.
Now batting.
Time to take a look at our starter comparison to this point, and the telling numbers can be found on the left side of your screen. Zeros in the run and earned run columns. Now at the plate, Anthony Rizzo. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. First pitch of the at-bat. Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Castellanos is over just a few steps to his right as he takes it for out number 2.
Now batting. The pitcher.
Digging in, Kyle Hendricks. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
0-1.
Ooh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1.
Hey, this guy's got an 89-mile-an-hour changeup. There was a time when 89 was a pretty good fastball.
I got the count.
And they go right after him here as he swings and misses. Strike 2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. Fastball laid off well below the knees.
Regardless of the result right here, to be down 0-2 and work it back to an even count, gotta feel like it's a win for the offense.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch. He is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. 1 left for the Cubs, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. Ready once again, Aristides Aquino. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit. Victor Caratini is into the ballgame here as he takes over behind the plate.
Number 7, Victor Caratini.
Steven Souza is into the ballgame as well as he takes over out in right. Albert Almora will also come in now as he takes over out in center.
Now playing center field, number 5.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike.
This guy's throwing a gem so far. Biggest key, 80% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
1-1 the count now. Oh, and he misses it.
Hey, tip your hat to the pitcher right there. That was a streak of 11 batters retired in a row before that base hit. Let's see if he can regroup and keep going.
So now to the plate, Tucker Barnhart. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Hot shot down the line, but a foul ball. 1-1.
Got to believe the pitcher's going to trust his defense right here. Look for something down in the zone to induce a ground ball double play.
The 1-2 down the first baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2 from the stretch. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Almora in pursuit. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
The batter, number 3.
So 1 away here in the Reds' half of the 8th. And up next, the former Philly shortstop Freddie Galvis. No balls and 1 strike. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Ready on 0-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him, and watching this at bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you can tell these things and exploit them.
Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll toss this one on to first as they're kept off the scoreboard again, and the inning is over. Reds leave one. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Matt Bowman enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Chris Bryant. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of walks in this one. First delivery to him on the way. And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The windup and the 0-1.
That's inside.
Sent on the ground, but right into the shift. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting, the second baseman, Jason Kipnis.
So in now for Chicago, Jason Kipnis, struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And there's ball 3.
Well, he knows it, but this is the kind of guy you just have to go right after. He's not the biggest threat with the bat, so it's time to challenge him right here.
3-1.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
Here's a bouncer foul to the left side, and the count will move ahead now to 3-2. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. A swing here on the fastball, and this will get fouled off to the right side. A payoff pitch one more time. And it's fouled away. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The next 3-2. One out, nobody on. Now here's a swing by Kipnis, and he connects on this one out to deep right field. And it's gone as they add still another. It's a solo homer here for Jason Kipnis, number 11 for him on the season, as this lead swells to 7-0.
Well, how do you beat the shift? You hit it over the shift, of course. You can't play guys up in the sky, so he lifts this one up and out of here.
And that brings up Javi Baez.
Number 9.
He'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
And that's the second out.
Up next to the Cubs.
Set to get his evening at the plate started, Victor Caratini. And it's been a real struggle for him with the bat so far this year, looking to get things turned around in a hurry. This is on the ground over to first. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. So definite problems on that last play, and they'll hit the first baseman for the error.
Steven Souza Jr.
Digging in, Steven Souza, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2. Ball one, well below the zone. 2 out with the man at first. Fouled away. Here's another 1-2. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up. Ball 2. And there's strike 3. So we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. The Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. Last chance coming up here for the Reds. It's the Cubs 7 and the Reds nothing. Digging in to try it again, Jesse Winker. And Dan, what's gone wrong for this lineup today? They're only 3 outs away from being shut out.
Boy, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of fight in these at-bats. Now, of course, plenty of credit goes to that pitching, but the effort on the offensive side has been pretty lethargic watching from up here in the booth, Matt.
Yeah, I would imagine it feels the same from watching in the stands in this one. 1-1 the count. And now pitch on the way. Slow roller down the third baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. Now here it comes. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away.
He's been in total control out there tonight. Gets the leadoff guy with a strikeout there, and it just seems like we've seen so many off-balance swings and weakly hit balls in this one.
At the plate now, Josh Van Meter. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And he fouls this one off. The 1-1. Pops this one up. Bryant has room in foul territory. 2 down. Ready now, Nicholas Castellanos. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
No balls and a strike to count. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. The Reds down to their last strike. Swinging a soft liner. Throw on to first. He'll be in time to get him. And the Cubs have run their winning streak to 5 in a row now as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and we knew he was in a groove from the first inning, and he just kept this thing rolling and rolling and rolling. They couldn't get anything going against him. A dominant performance with a complete game shutout.
A 7-0 shutout final score tonight. The Chicago Cubs took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Kyle Hendricks earned his 9th win of the year, and it's a dandy, a complete game, 3-hit performance. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Here now is the final line score tonight.